Hello everyone, Vickie here, Rock and Roll Prophetess. Thank you for joining me for the August of 2016 free tarot scope with animal totem cards. Real quickly, I want to thank everybody for their continued support. You can do so by donating or buying some of my many wares, such as the tarot book, the adult coloring books, and my decks. We're going to be doing the reading first from the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, second edition, which for a short time, if you're watching this in July, the Kickstarter is still going on. I'm trying to get it on Amazon so people in Europe can do it. So donations to that would be appreciated. Then we're going to pull a card from the Animal Totem card. I'm going to explain a few things about the readings now so you don't have to I don't have to repeat myself 12 times. So if you already know how my readings work, you can skip ahead. First of all, I want you to take a look at every card when I pull it. Look at the words. If things stand out to you or morph and change, or you think that it says something else besides what it really says, please go with that. This is Empowerment Tarot. These cards are meant to speak to you. Allow this to happen. This is not so you can be dependent on me. This is so you can get your own messages and find your own way. If you do not get your message from watching your sun sign, then possibly check your rising and moon, and maybe you'll get a message from there. You should learn to trust your inner guidance. The court cards, these are the cards of the kings, queens, knights, and pages. If a queen comes up, I'm going to refer to the queen as a she or a female, but really it could be male or female. There's no gender specific things going on in these general readings. Finally, I want everybody to pick a color before we start the reading, and then once you have your color, we're going to move on for the monthly reading for each sign. Again, thank you for your support. Please check the eye in the sky, and don't forget to hit subscribe. On to the reading. Hello, Cancers. Thanks for joining me for August 2016 Tarot Scope reading with Animal Totem. Let's get right into it. What's going on for Cancers anyway for August? I got a couple, there's more than one there. Like this. Cancer, August 2016. Cancer, August 2016. Okay, let's take a look. Looks like there's something coming for you as an offer. Somebody's making you an offer. Let's move this over here. And it looks like it's a pretty good offer. It looks like it's going to open up some doors for you or open up your path or something. So this is an offer. You're not sure if you want to take it. You're considering it. Should I do it? Should I not? Oh, if you saw your color, if you picked that color, be sure to look for it in here. But don't limit it to just that. If anything stands out to you, then go ahead and follow it. You know, if a word stands out to you or anything stands out to you, go ahead and follow it. Oh, I forgot to put my jewelry back on. I'm not going to do it. I'm not stopping. Because I'm not going to stop the spread and start over here. Okay, so let's get into it. You'll have to be no jewelry for you, Cancer. I'm sure you can handle it. High Priestess is here. I think you guys had this before. You got a couple cards here. This strong intuition. I seem to recall last month and a month before something similar for you guys. And the High Priestess is 2, and it's the moon, and that's your ruler. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So there's this strong thing about trusting your intuition. This is also very much an intuitive card. I mean, it could be a person. It could be, sometimes I say it's the spirit of a child. You know, it's the spirit of a child who's either not born yet or a child who passed. But it's a messenger, as all the knights are, pages are. All the young dudes carry the news. It's a messenger, and this is kind of like the spirit messenger, a message. So it's an intuitive hunch. When these two are together, this is real strong about listening to your intuitive hunches. So somebody's making you an offer. Trust your instincts. The offer also coincides with the High Priestess. Trust your instincts, and the Two of Rods. The Two of Rods is a much underrated card. It's a very important card because half the battle in life is just getting on the right path, finding the right way to go, heading in the right direction. And when the Two of Rods shows up, it says you are heading in the right direction, or this offer could facilitate you heading in your true path or your right direction or something. It's this connection. It's right next to each other. So there's something opening up here. Now it is only a 2, you know, and the High Priestess is a 2. So it's in its infancy. It's not like a full-blown, fully realized thing at this point. It's just an idea and a path opening up. But it's definitely a path you should step through. And you got to discern by listening to your intuition. There's something about money showing up in this top row too, with the with this row here, with the offer, the High Priestess, and getting some money. So, anyways, maybe you're gonna get financing is gonna come. If you have, this could be an idea. Maybe this is an idea for something you want to do, and it's just, don't stop yourself and say, well, how am I going to get the money? Who's going to pay for it? How am I going to do it with my job? Blah, blah, blah. If it's like that, like, don't let not having the money stand in your way if that's an issue, because that's going to come. If this is an idea for a business or something that's, you know, meant to make money, then this is also saying the money's going to come, the money's going to be there. Sometimes this is like an endowment, a grant, you know, it's like a, you know, where you don't have to pay it back. It's just a gift, you know. So there could be a monetary, like a donation, you know, a gift could be coming that would kind of help you guys make this reality. So that's not as strong as this is, you know. And this is also a message from Spirit. It can be, because the hand comes out of the cloud. So you're getting downloads, you're getting messages. I think some of this is in the real world, like an actual offer coming in, but much of it is going to be, you know, you sitting stirring in your juices or something, you know. It's like you ruminating in it, you in the water energy too, you know, because you're water sign. You do have the Death card here, but death is never really a bad thing. It rarely means death. I mean, that's why I said that maybe this is the spirit of a child who's passed on, because the Death card was next to it, and it could be for some of you. But death is just a really big change in your life. It's not a bad thing. Life is changing constantly. You know, we live in the expanding universe. This is what I've been talking about in the astrology readings lately. And you can't, you know, to be stagnant is so much worse. And it's funny because it falls right next to the Five of Swords. Excuse me, Five of Swords in reverse. Now, Five of Swords upright is just that: trying to be stagnant, trying to stay stuck, fixed. Trying to stand in the middle of the current that's coming. You're just going to get washed away. You can't do it. You can't stop the flow of the river. You can't. And this is not, it's looking like you're not trying to. But with the flow of the river, it's ever changing. And that's what death's about. It's always changing. You know. And you are, being a Cancer, ruled by the moon, which we started out talking right away about the moon. The moon is ever changing. The moon is the fastest moving luminary. It changes signs every couple days. You know, even Mercury stays in a sign just about a month. So the moon is changing constantly, and that's why sometimes you guys get labeled as moody, because you are. Your mood changes as the moon changes. You're ever changing. At your best, you're ever changing. You're in flow, and you're a water sign, and you flow with the river. So there will be change, you know, because I'm not feeling like there's nothing bad. I don't see any suffering or anguish cards around this death. That's why I'm not really feeling like it's a big bad thing, that, you know, anything to be apprehensive about. And I really love that it's backing up with this in reverse. So it's like getting unstuck, releasing. Release is one of the biggest words on that card. So, you know, strength lines up with this offer, the path opening up, and then strength. And strength is a card of having patience. Strength does say things. This is ironic, though, because strength often is, you know, you got to wait, hang on, everything all in good time, you know, have patience. And this is like, time to go, take action, go, go, go. So it's like complete opposites right next to each other. I feel like really it's talking about having been stuck, having been stalled, delayed, and now they're moving forward. Also, though, again with the 2, it's only the beginning. It could take a while. It could take 8 years, 8 months for this to come to full fruition. But here, this is an 8, and then this is the 8 of Rods. So there's these 2 8s right next to each other. 8 also is the money number. You know, if you want money, you would do 8. Like if you never notice people readings, and I do it too, I try to charge 8, something that adds up to an 8. Anything that you want, if you have to set a price for something, if you want it to, you put some esoteric spin on it, numerology, you can try to make it add up to an 8. Like 125 adds up to 8, that's a common one. $1.25 or 125. Or sometimes I used to do 88, because that's a 16 and makes a 7, which is a spirit number. But try to have those 8s in there, because that's the money number. But 8 also is the number of Saturn. And Saturn runs in these, well, it runs in 28-year cycles, but it also runs in these 7, 8-year cycles, these quarter turns. It takes Saturn 27 years, like that's your Saturn return, your 27, 28, to come from where you were born and come right back around the wheel again. But when it gets to these quarter squares, 7, 8 years, then things happen. And, things that are going to be long-standing in your life and things that are going to be long-lasting in your life often have this 8 element in it. This is this Saturn element. And this is saying that this could be a totally a new path that opens up for you. So I feel like, it may take 8 years for it to really be where you want it to be, or maybe 8 months, but still keep going. Don't be discouraged by that. Still don't say, well, you don't just drop it and say, well, I'll see you in 8 years. It's going to take you working every day and moving towards it, moving forward, moving towards it every day. And it's not just going to show up in 8 years. It's a gradual building thing that would build up over 8 years, right? Or 8 months, or maybe the 8th of the month. It's not true for everybody. Okay, Cancers, let me get this animal totem going for you guys. What is that animal totem going to be for Cancers? The camel. Very good. Very fitting, I would say. Take a look at old camel face there. Dragon of the desert, wayfaring soul. Sure-footedness amidst the shifting sands. Overcoming insurmountable odds, preparing for the journey ahead. This is so, preparing for the journey ahead. That's kind of what this is. Okay, I'm getting, I see the way I'm supposed to go. I'm going to set out on my journey. But, how the sure-footedness amidst the shifting sands. Deliberate action, keep moving, keep going, the journey ahead. And, the camel is a long journey. That's one of the things, they're set up for long journeys, just like I was saying here. So it could, it's probably a first step on a very long journey that you're about to embark on. But it's a good one. That's something, I don't know if I pointed that out. He holds the world in his hand here. So even though it's a 2, and even though it's just the beginning, he holds the world. He could have it all, and so could you. That's what it means. So strong paying attention to intuition, listening to spirit, listening to, paying attention to synchronicities. There will be releasing. You cannot be fixed. You have to, you can't stand in the middle of the river and expect, not to be carried away. You can't stop the flow of the river. That would be my little statement to you right now, Cancers. Can't stop the flow of the river. Okay, buddies. Hey, if you want to pick up some of my stuff, it all helps me. This is all on Amazon. These decks are for sale. I'm trying to do this Kickstarter. There's a couple weeks left in July. If you're watching this in July, it's not to make me any more money. It's only to make it available for people outside of the U.S. to get through Amazon, because otherwise they have to pay $50 for shipping. So there's a couple weeks left. I'm hoping still that maybe we can raise that money to keep that Amazon store stocked. But anyways, thank you guys for everything you do, including liking, sharing, commenting. Check the eye in the sky for information on all this stuff. Don't forget to hit subscribe. There's some links below, including the Facebook link to follow me for weekly animal totem updates. And have a great month of August. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.